What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. When a lot of us are young and just stepping out in the world on our own, we learn fast. The main goal is independence and survival. We work to take care of ourselves. At first, probably at jobs we don't even like, to make sure we can make some kind of bread and maintain, at least until we can find better. After securing finances, other things follow up, like transportation and shelter, getting to point A and point B. It's easy nowadays, even if your city doesn't have public transportation. You have services like Lyft and Uber, and at a tap of a finger, you can get where you need to go, at least until you get your own wheels. Now the tricky part is finding a place to stay. As a young man or woman without credit and probably not making enough just yet to cover 3 times the rent, it can get hard out here. And nowadays, even a 1-bedroom is going for like $1,200 to $1,300. So a lot of people decide to find a roommate, a person to split the bills with. Usually, it's 2 individuals that's in the same position in life, both trying to survive. It takes the burden off of each person of probably having to work 2 jobs just to secure a place to lay their head at. Now, if your rent is $2,000, you have somebody to put the other stack up, leaving room for you to stack some bread and hopefully elevate and find a spot of your own. It's a lot of pros with going the roommate route, but it's also cons as well, especially if you don't know the person you are now living with. But even if you do though, truth be told, you really don't know an individual until y'all share the same place. That's when things get personal. Like, are they clean, loud, mentally stable? Do they respect others? Are they good with money, having that half of the rent? We think these things will come second nature to an individual, especially if y'all share a home. But everybody wasn't raised the same, and when personalities clash, the outcome could be fatal. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to discuss the case of an argument between roommates over a dirty house that took a turn for the worse. Back in 2024, 25-year-old Eddie Kimber was navigating life in Pittsburgh. The young man was a hard worker and was described as being the individual to want to help others and see everybody smile and brighten their day. Eddie's focus was building a stable life. While working his way up in the world, he needed a spot to call home though. He would eventually find a decent little spot in the south side of the city, on Sharon Street. It was a laid-back area, nothing extravagant, but at 25 years old, it was perfect for the young man. The only catch was, Eddie wouldn't be living there alone. He had a roommate, a 23-year-old young lady named Destiny Jenkins. It's not clear if the two knew each other beforehand, but as roommates, at first everything seemed fine. They respected each other and the house. Both young, they had a lot in common and even interacted with each other's company. Eddie's family would come over from time to time, mainly his sister, and Destiny had a boyfriend, a 24-year-old man named Lee McGinnis. As time went on, the 2 roommates quickly realized their style of living and cleaning were totally different. The house would be messy, and according to sources, Eddie would get mad, especially now that another man was often in the house and staying the night. Feeling like he wasn't cleaning up behind another dude, he would pull Destiny up to talk to her. At first, the 2 came to a mutual understanding, but on September 16th, 2024, things would get crazy at the house. At the time, in the home was Eddie and his sister, who we'll call Keisha for the sake of the story, and also Destiny and her boyfriend Lee. As it got later into the evening, again, he noticed the house was dirty. Frustrated, Eddie decided he would go talk to Destiny again, but this time, his sister was dead, so she decided to go talk to her woman to woman. As the 2 ladies talked about the house not being clean, the conversation quickly got heated, causing Eddie and Lee to both come into the room to see what was going on. As the woman went back and forth, allegedly, Destiny then decided to throw a punch. As Keisha tried to defend herself, Eddie tried to calm the situation down, but it was too late, and Destiny up the gun. She tried to shoot it, but it jammed up. That's when she passed the weapon to Lee, and seconds later, multiple shots went off. Neighbors in the community called local police, who responded to the Southside Slopes home around about 4:30 p.m. Inside, they found Keisha grazed in the head and crying hysterically, and Eddie laying on the step, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was unfortunately pronounced gone on the scene. Keisha told police it was a simple argument with his roommate about the house being dirty. She claimed Destiny upped the gun. When it jammed, she tried to run up the steps. That's when she passed it to Lee, who then shot Eddie in the back as he tried to run as well. His sister tried to drag him up the steps, but he kept shooting, leading to her being grazed in the head. She stated they then ran from the house. Not long after the incident, the couple was located at a local gas station. The gun was found in a bag that Destiny had, and they were both taken in for questioning. Lee claimed he was trying to break up the fight between the two women, and his girlfriend Destiny started shooting. But in the other room, she stated she tried to shoot out of self-defense, but the gun jammed. That's when she passed it to her boyfriend, who then shot. Police called both of their bluff, since their stories didn't match up. They said they would be doing a gunshot residue test to see who the actual shooter was. After that, Lee confessed to the situation. Both were taken into custody, both charged with first-degree murder and other charges. People in the community were in shock. Most stated it was a pretty laid-back area, and they couldn't believe a man was shot over an argument about a dirty house. Eddie's family was devastated, including his mother and sister, as they felt like the situation was senseless, and he lost his life in his own home for wanting his home to be clean. A GoFundMe was started for the young man to lay him to rest, and Destiny and Lee would attend their first court date. The judge brought up the fact he was already on probation for a minor charge, and the fact Destiny pulled the weapon and at first lied to police. As she stated, Keisha pulled the gun and she took it from her. They were both given a no bail, but as of now, this case hasn't made its way to trial yet. Rest in peace to Eddie. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. To lose your life all because you wanted your home where you pay bills at to be clean is crazy. But that's the thing. When you have a roommate, you can't dictate on how another person chooses to live, because in their mind, they pay bills too. And that's where personalities clash. I myself had a roommate at my first apartment for a year. Thankfully, that was my homeboy, so it worked out. But I want to know y'all thoughts on the situation. Have you ever had a roommate or lived with somebody and y'all clashed over the way y'all wanted to live, or y'all personalities was just different? They might be loud, you might like peace. If so, let me know how it played out. Leave your experiences in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Eddie. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.